Welcome to our lesson on PAWS Troubleshooting and Frequently Asked Questions. Today we'll be talking about some of the most common troubleshooting problems and frequently asked questions about the PAWS system. One frequent problem is that you cannot log into PAWS. There are 3 ways to do so, and if any of these options don't seem to be working for you, then you have 2 more options to fall back on. The way you're probably most familiar with is getting to PAWS through My Southwest. To do this, we first log into our My Southwest with our Southwest username and password. And then once we're inside of our My Southwest, we click on PAWS Southwest Courses in the upper left here. And this should load our PAWS page. Let's log out of this and try another option. If we go to www.southwest.tn.edu, from this page in the upper right, we can click on the link that says PAWS. This will bring us to the PAWS login page. And our third option is to just use the website URL www.elearn.southwest.tn.edu/d2l/login. And actually, you don't have to use the last part. You can just use elearn.southwest.tn.edu. Feel free to write this down so you can remember it for a later date, or you can make a bookmark in your browser so you could just get to it easily that way. When we log into PAWS, we should always be sure to check and see if we have any notifications or alerts. We can find these on the global navigation bar at the top of the screen and to the right. The first alert tells us whether we have any messages. If I had anything new, there would be a red dot above this icon. When we click on it, we see that I have no new message alerts. It also gives us the option to go to our PAWS email. The next option alerts us as to whether we have any update notifications. If we had any new updates, there would be a red dot above this option. As you can see, I do have a red dot above my notifications option. Updates usually have to do with news items, due dates, etc. And as you can see, I have 2 updates here. If I click on one, it will take me to a page that will tell me more information about this update. And the last notification is subscription alerts. If I had any new subscription alerts, as with the other 2, there will be a red dot above the icon. I don't have any, so no items found. If you have subscribed to a discussion post or a thread, you will get a subscription alert anytime there is any change to that message board item. Another problem students sometimes have is that when they log into PAWS, they can't find their classes. On the left, as part of our global navigation bar, we have our class selector. If you need to get to any of your classes, you can do so from here. Just click the down arrow here, and it will show all the classes that you are currently enrolled in. And if you click on any of these classes, it will take you to the home page for that class. Alternatively, if we click on our PAWS Home button here, on the PAWS Home screen you can scroll down the page, and in My Courses it tells you all the courses that you are currently enrolled in. And you can click on any of these to go to that class's homepage, just the same as with the class selector. Your professors may also anticipate your questions and provide frequently asked questions area in their class. In order to see if they have a FAQ section, we first need to go to the class. I will go to the class selector at the top of the page and go to my LIBR 1010 class to see if the professor provided any FAQs for that class. Now that I'm on the class page, I can go to the Help drop down on the far right, click on that, And I can click on F.A.Q from the options provided here. If my professor has set up this option for my class, it will appear now. As we can see, there are some questions and answers here that my professor has left for us. Things such as, is a textbook required for this class? And the answer, no. And some more frequently asked questions that the professor thinks we need to know. Another problem students often have is with their computer or other computer-related issues. If we go back to the Help drop-down here on the far right, we can also see there's a link for the Southwest Help Desk. If we click on this, it takes us to the Southwest Help Desk info page. It gives us contact information for the help desk and also tells us the types of problems that they help you with, such as email accounts, password resets, login problems, browser problems, internet access, support for Microsoft application suites, etc. Well, let's close that page and now we'll be back at PAWS. Well, now that's how to troubleshoot technical issues, but what if you have an issue with your classwork? In this case, you would need to ask your professor. One convenient way to ask your professor a question is to post on the Need Help Ask the Professor discussion board. To get to this discussion board, make sure you are first in the class that you have a problem with. I'm in LIBR 1010, so let's say I have a problem with this class. And then we go to Communication here at the top. Click on that. And in the options it gives you, click on Discussions. Need help? Ask the instructor should be one of the first discussion boards listed. Here I see it's the second one down here in the middle of the page. If you need any help using this discussion board, please view the video that we have on how to use discussion boards. Alternatively, if you need help finding information on a certain topic or help with doing research for your assignments, you can ask a librarian. You can do this by sending an email to the Ask a Librarian email address. One of the easiest ways to do this is to click on the Communication link here at the top again, and then go to the class list. From the class list, Ask a Librarian should be near the top of the list in the A's section. Here I see it's the third one down. When you see it, click on the name, Ask a Librarian, and then PAWS will open up a blank email that is addressed to Ask a Librarian. You can then ask us a question and we'll try to answer it as soon as we can. This video has covered some general frequently asked questions, but if you need more specific information, please look at the other 7 videos in the PAWS update videos that we have on our library YouTube channel. You can get to the library YouTube channel by clicking on Resources here at the top of the page, and then clicking on Library InfoNet YouTube videos. Lastly, be sure to log out when you're done with PAWS. This is important to do for the system so they don't think that you're still online. Also, if another person uses the same computer as you, you don't want them to be able to log into your account and have access to your PAWS. Who knows what they'll do with it. So if we want to log out, we just go to the top where it says our username here, click on the down arrow, and then log out. Today we learned many troubleshooting solutions and answers to frequently asked PAWS questions. As always, if you have any other questions, please contact the Southwest Help Desk at 901-333-4357, or you can contact me at fmatthews@southwest.tn.edu.